Welcome back to another OTD unboxing video. Today I have for you the Hot Wheels 2025 Vintage Assortment. So, if you recall, last year, 2024, there was the Hot Wheels Vintage Racing Club, and that was designated in case code HRT81. This case continues that line. It actually is called something else, though, on the packaging. So, before I get into that, I want to thank One Stop Diecast for sending this case over. This case came over from One Stop Diecast, so make sure you get what you see inside from onestopdiecast.com. Okay, so you already know the name of the series. You've seen the header on the YouTube thumbnail. So let's get to it. It is the Salt Flat Racers. We've seen the Salt Flat Racers for a number of months now. The images leaked several months back, so it's nothing's a really surprise here. But regardless, I wanted to show you these. They haven't really started showing up in stores yet, if I'm not mistaken. So some collectors, these may be new. To others that are more internet sleuths, they will have seen these already online. But let's check these out and see just how this case breaks down and what exactly is inside. Okay, so first thing first, I'm noticing some bent cards. So, not sure why there's like this piece of cardboard. And keep in mind, this comes straight from the Hot Wheels factory. So, obviously the hobby dealers have nothing to do with this. But there is kind of this piece that has no purpose. So let's get rid of that. Okay, first two out of the case. We have probably this is definitely the least probably desirable car in this mix. It is the Solar Reflex. Casting's been around for a number of years, and it's actually really surprising that we see it in the Hot Wheels Silver Series. This is a metal base. Because it's a plastic body, right? And yeah, so it's like a solar powered car. It's got a big giant solar panel on top. If I'm not mistaken, this car has been around since the early 2000s. So very surprising to see an unlicensed or fantasy car here in a semi-premium line. It fits with the line, Salt Flat Racers, cars that are, racing the Salt Flat. So you see, these test solar powered cars, all the way back to if you remember 1998 first editions, we even got a Solar Eagle 3 from the Cal State that ran that car back in the day. But this is unlicensed. Deco's okay, it's unlicensed. So one thing I do want to point out is the killer card art on this is, I think it's really cool. This kind of angled cars that are going so fast, are bending in reality. So that is number 205. Next car out of the case. And let me just share that all the cars in this case, you can see that they're all coming out. They're going to come two to a case. So you get two full sets in this case. So if you haven't found these in stores yet, make sure you check out onestopdiecast.com. Buy a case, share a set with a friend, or have a set to open and one set to keep carded. Okay, second car out of the case is number 3 of 5 in the series, 1941 Willies. So we get a licensed car, one. Really cool retro-inspired deco, something you would see, on a hot rod show or possibly on the Salt Flats. You get these Silver Series line wheels. What are these? The MM5 Modern Muscle. And plastic base here. You do get, obviously, with the semi-premium, you get the full deco. So, which actually is only the grille and the headlights on this one. Taillights, I don't think they bothered painting them red. Actually, yeah, they do. There is, if you look close enough, there is a little outliner on the red. So, very small detail, but they did it regardless. So, and then what do we have? The driver on here is Craig Callum, Hot Wheels design manager. And it's kind of a burnt red. It's not a true red here. So, all right, next car out of the case is another, I think this is another 2003 first edition, if I'm not mistaken. The Solar Reflex is one, and then the Ground Effects is the second. So kind of strange that we're seeing these unlicensed 2003 first editions in the series, but I guess, yeah. So Ground Effects used to have a pop-off body. They have since sealed it off, but another kind of car that you would see, strictly at the Salt Flat in Bonneville here in the U.S. And a very cool deco here. Let's just state that, state that. We see, what is it, 826 here, ground effects. We got some sponsor logos. Are these all real? Comp, not sure about that one. Bell, Edelbrock, AEM. So yeah, they look to be all real. I'm not sure comp, it's. I'll have to look that one up. But get the name of the car on there. So I mean, if you collect these kind of cars, or if you've ever seen one in action, maybe this is your thing. I'm venturing to guess this isn't a lot of collectors, like a lot of modern collectors thing. So it'll be interesting to see how this series does at retail. But this is number 1 of 5, Salt Flat Racers. So, and then the last 2 cars out of the case are probably the most, what I would say, the popular of the 5 here. And, God, man, these cards are really bent. Holy cow. Okay, just like the card art. But the card art obviously is done intentional with that. I love the card art. The card art is just, I mean, it has to, Hot Wheels had to figure out at one point that the card art is really what sells the car at retail. Because, I mean, for a while, mainline cars all had the same car. They just changed the wording or whatever. Then they started to put the car on. And now, I mean, we see custom artwork on every Hot Wheels premium, semi-premium, these Silver Series. You even see it, the car itself changes on the mainline cards. So the card art is the hero here. But let's take a look at this 32 Ford. They got the salt sprays on it, which is really cool. Something that you wouldn't see really done in the mainline, because you would see it, but it would just be more limited. This way, with this, the full detail you get. Do we have any headlights in here? Not really. But you do get the salt spray on this matte blue background, with matte blue body used as the background. Get the lights on the back again. And I said in a previous video, I really love these cast 5 wheels. These cast 5 wheels look good on just like almost everything that I've seen them on. So 32 Ford, man, there's been so many 32 Fords lately. I've played around my head of collecting that casting. I mean, not because I particularly love it by any means, but I do think that it would be one heck of a casting collection to have. I know somebody's out there. If you have one, let me know. I'd love to see a pic of it, of your whole casting collection of the 32 Ford. All right, last car in the case is the number 5 of 5, 1988 Ford T-Bird, right? So this debuted in the mainline a couple years ago. It was like the Matt and Debbie's Ford Thunderbird, right? And, the pink one. And so, yeah, very cool newer casting here. Just 1988 Ford T-Bird here. Done in a really simple white with a red trim. Obviously the base comes up on this one, and it gives it a nice color break on the body. So you got a half and half nice trim there. Sponsor logos on said base. Something I'm not sure if you would see in the main line. I'll have to think back. But you do have these realistic sponsor logos: Moon Eyes, Ford, Holly, or MSD, and Firestone. And then obviously the full detail of the front headlights and the rear tail lights on this one. So all in all, decent set. Obviously, yes, not everybody's cup of tea, but it's something different. Sometimes we just need a little something different, and I'm glad when Hot Wheels takes these risks and really, gives us something that kind of think about, and maybe we start forming collections on our own, and that's really how the popularity drives in the collecting world. So let me know in your own words what you think of the Hot Wheels Salt Flat Racers in the comments, and we will talk there. Thank you for watching.